Hello, this is Mark Morgan, and I'm going to briefly show you the 2 simple steps to adding a student email account, or actually a generic email account, on each of your student iPads. Now, we're not installing this for them to send little email messages to one another. We're installing this for a very specific reason. It's so that you can easily send them files, whether they be smartboard lessons or photos that they want, or for the students to send things to you, files to you. And here's how you do it. There are 2 simple steps. You're going to create a new Gmail account in your web browser, and then the second step is to simply activate that account on each of your student iPads. So here are the steps. You're going to navigate to gmail.com, and all you need to do is open your Safari browser and type, you don't even need www, you just type in gmail.com, hit enter. If it comes up with an existing email that you already have, ignore that, and you're simply going to click Create an Account, this big red button in the upper right, create an account. And now I'm going to skip to a page that I already mostly filled in, just for time's sake. You need to fill these in registered as you. Don't put in student or some funky name. Put in real information that you'll be able to recall based on you. So I put in my name, Mark Morgan. I'm creating an account called student that starts with the word student.mm.lusd@gmail.com. Why all the .mm.lusd? The reason is simple. There are about 1 billion or more Gmail accounts, so asking for an account named student@gmail.com, impossible. By adding a dot with my initials, .lusd, a very good chance I'm going to get that email account, and sure enough, I did. So student dot your initials if you like, or some other word, .lusd, good chance you'll get it. Okay, add a real password, doesn't have to be complex. Put your real birthday in there. Yes, that's mine. Gender, this one cracks me up. Gender, they give you choice, female, male, or other. I think I'm male, so I'm going to put in that. Add a current email address that they will use for verification in case you forget your password. And then fill out this pesky part down here. And by the way, some people don't know, if you can't read what it says, you can hit this little circular arrow and it will give you another one to try. Okay, agree to the terms, uncheck the one for ads, and hit next. Okay, you don't need to do anything here, just hit next step. And continue to Gmail. Okay, you are done. You have done step 1 by creating your account. And sure enough, there it is. And there will be a few random emails in there. Okay, so we're going to close out of that. We don't need to look at that anymore. Now we're looking at the iPad screen. Okay, so we're looking at a live iPad here. We're now at step 2, adding the Gmail account to the iPad. I'm going to click Settings right down here in the lower left. Whoops, I held it too long. Let me just tap that. Okay, so it opens up to Settings. We're going to scroll over here on the left down to where it says Mail. Can you see it there at the top? Mail, Contacts, Calendars. Simply at the top here, you're going to click Add Account. And since we're adding Gmail, we click Gmail. And here's the cool part. Even though we're going to add the exact same email address on every iPad, by entering the student's name uniquely, I'm going to pretend this is a student named Fred. Okay, F-R-E-D. For the email address, though, I'll enter the exact same address on every single iPad, and that was student.mm. Oops, I'm running low on battery power. I better hurry up. .lusd at gmail.com. I'm going to enter my password that I created a second ago, and I'm going to click Next. It checked out. Now, this is important. Turn off calendars, turn off notes. Otherwise, their little notepad scribblings will be showing up in your email randomly, and you don't want that. So leave mail on, turn calendars and notes off, and click save. Okay, guess what? You are done with email setup. So I'm going to go out of settings to prove that. I'm going to open up mail. And sure enough, those are the same 4 emails that we set up online, but it's now on the iPad. Now, I'm going to do one other thing here. For the student, I'm going to send one email to the email that I want them to send items to me. In other words, the email that you will use to receive things on your computer from your students, you're going to put in here one time. Why are we going to enter this one time? I'll tell you why. By entering it one time, I'm going to put in my email address, mmorgan.lust@gmail.com. And I'm just going to put in the word test because it doesn't matter. By sending one email from that iPad, then in the future, when they want to send something to you, all they have to do is start typing in the first couple letters of your email address that you've put in there before. And sure enough, it pops up, they tap it, and off they go, ready to send to you. Okay, and you are done. Okay, so now that you've established an email account on each of your students' iPads, you now have the powerful ability for your students to wirelessly beam their finished projects and documents or drawings or photos to you as you need them to. Let me just give you one quick example of how that works. In Pages, for example, they open their document and they're looking for the share icon. It's a little box with an arrow coming out of it. Now, Apple plays a little trick here and hides it behind this wrench, but they tap the wrench, and sure enough, there's the familiar share button, and they click email document. What it does is it automatically attaches the document within an email. All the student now has to do is tap the to section and start typing in the beginning of that email address that you entered one time. Click send. And just that quickly, their document is wirelessly beamed to you without any syncing, without any hassle, and without any wires. So I hope you can see the power of enabling students to turn things into you in ways that are just so much easier than what you may have attempted before. Okay, so this is Mark Morgan signing off, and I will see you next time.